After all, moon is a satellite for this planet and helplessly strung to this planet and making its rounds. So what is the significance? Why these full moons and no moons are held significant? Probably many of you know that you may not know, I hope you do not know this by experience. You should know that if someone is mentally disturbed on a full moon day, on a new moon day, they get little more disturbed than usual. You're aware of this? Happens to you? Say yourself, you just be with me, don't worry about the camera. So, it doesn't happen to you, but it does happen to somebody. So it is not that moon instigates madness, it is just that when the moon takes certain positions, it heightens whatever you are. If you are loving, you become more loving. If you are joyful, you become more joyful. If you are blissful, you become much more blissful. If you're a little insane, you become much more insane. If you're meditative, you become far more meditative. It just enhances everything that you are. So we consider these days important so that you consciously create the right kind of quality in you so that it gets enhanced. Today is Paurnami, in the morning you get up and you be in a certain way, you create a certain quality in you so that by evening that quality is enhanced. So whatever the qualities that you are, so that you start engineering it more consciously than being a victim of unconscious eruptions within yourself. So the moon does not make you mad or meditative, it just enhances whatever you are. You know, even the ocean goes mad. If you are a swimmer on the beach, it's madness for you. But if you are a skipper of a large vessel, it is a boon for you. But something is happening. The very ocean is trying to rise. When the very ocean is trying to rise, the situation may be conducive for you also to rise, probably, if you are willing to make use of it. And moon's influence on human life is far more than that. To do anything with yourself, to be aware where the moon is could be useful because it creates different types of qualities and energies in the system. If one is aware, he could make use of it. In English language, moon is lunar. If you take a step further, you become a lunatic. So generally, the influence of the moon is considered illogical. Anything illogical, generally in the West got labeled as madness or insanity. But here, we always saw the limitations of logic. Logic is very useful to conduct the material aspect of your life. If you want to do your business, you want to build a house, you want to do all the things in the world, you have to be logical, there is no other way to conduct it. This is the problem with us. To conduct the outside, we call the divine. To conduct the inward, we try to go at it logically. Both won't work for us. So, when it comes to subjective dimensions of life, if you're not willing to step beyond the limitations of your logic, then nothing ever will happen. If I ask you to close your eyes and do something very simple, you sit here and calculate, okay, if I do this, what will I get, what will happen, this. Nothing will ever happen to you. If anything beautiful has to touch you in your life, if meditation has to touch you, if love has to touch you, if bliss has to touch you, you must be illogical. Everything is logically correct, but you have a long face because everything is correct with you. You're correct, but life doesn't work like that. If you wake up in the morning, tomorrow morning when you wake up, lying down in your bed, think 100% logically. Do not think of all those beautiful moments in your life. Do not go back to any experience which matters to you. Do not think of the birds in the sky, the sunrise, the flowers in your garden, your child's face or a loving moment in your life. Don't look at any of that. Just think logically. Now you actually have to get out of bed. That's not a small feat. Is it a small feat? It's not a small feat. And then you have to go to the toilet. Then you have to eat, work, eat, go to sleep. Again tomorrow morning, same thing. Cut out the experiential aspect. Think of your life 100% logically and see, you have to do the same damn things for the next 30, 40, 50 years. And if you do yoga, it gets elongated. It gets stretched further, you know. The same nonsense every day, every day, every day. Just think logically, is it worth it? Is it worthwhile? Is it worthwhile? No. Moments of extreme logic are moments of suicide. And all of you have been committing suicide like this, but you don't do anything these days in one shot. You do everything in installments. You're committing suicide also in installments. I want you to just look back. If you're unable to look back, when you go home today, I want you to rummage into your old pictures and see when you were 5, 6 years of age, how your face was. It was like this. Now, it's getting longer and longer. So, if you have to step out of your logic, unless you do it in a certain way, it sounds senseless. Because right now, your idea of sense is only logical, isn't it? But please see, the most beautiful moments in your life have happened to you only when you kept your logic aside a little bit. Yes? Logically examine your love affair and see, it'll be the most stupid thing you can do. Really. Yes or no? Maybe it's the most beautiful thing in your life, but logically dissect your love affair and look at it, it is the most idiotic thing you can do. But it might have become the most beautiful experience in your life. So the logical dimension of life and the experiential possibility of who you are diametrically opposite. So in yoga, we look at you as two aspects, the sun and the moon. You've seen the symbolism? You've heard of the word hatha, hatha yoga? Hatha means means sun, tha means moon. So these are the two dimensions. There are various symbolisms for this. You have seen Shiva being represented as half man, half woman, all these things to suggest there is a logical dimension to you and there's a dimension beyond that. If you do not explore both, you will be an incomplete human being. or you will be only half alive. So when we say a spiritual process or yoga or whatever, what we're looking at is how to become a full-fledged life process, not a half-life process. Just the body is alive, that's not good enough. Everything in you should be aflame. Only then you will see whether something is happening or nothing is happening, it's worth being here. If you sit here, it's worth being here. If you open your eyes, it's worth being here. If you close your eyes, it's worth being here. Otherwise, whatever is happening, it's not worth being here, simply because only a part of you is alive, the other part is yet to come alive. So the moon, today being a full moon, the clouds are hiding it, but don't worry. Whether you can see it or not, the influence of the moon is very much there. Because on a no moon day or a new moon day, the influence of the moon is far more than on the full moon day. So whether you perceive something or do not perceive something is not the issue, the influence is anyway there. There is a logical element to you which helps you to handle the material well. There's a dimension beyond logic, without it the subjective dimensions can never be accessed. The moon is a symbolic representation of that dimension. So spiritual process means just that's all. We are on fast forward, not that we have anything against mangoes or coconuts, we're just on fast forward, so we can't be plucking this and that. So here, the moon is on fast forward today. All the 28 days, all the 28 phases of the moon, you see right here. Everything that happens in a month, in a subtle way, is happening right here. When such a fast forward is happening, many things are changing. One thing that you will notice is that the food, when I say food, don't hang your tongue out. No, when I say food, I mean your body. We're inviting some tigers today. They look at you and think, food, isn't it? Food means your body. Food is your body in making, isn't it? Food is your body. So when I say food, the food, particularly the cooked food, will go through the phases of its deterioration much, much more rapidly in a subtle way than it does on a normal day. We thought we'll do a little experiment. Do we have food? We're going to bring some food, don't hang your tongues out. This is not for eating. This is just to show you how quickly it's going bad, right here as we sit. So, everything is going through a certain phase. If you are not already aware of this, எப்படி சாப்பிடுவாங்க? வெறி சாதம் சாப்பிடுவாங்களா அவரு? ஊத்துங்க. போதும். This is not just happening to the food, this is happening to your body, this is happening to the whole world in a certain way. If there is food in your body, it would happen to you much more. That is, in 2 hours' time, your energies will age by approximately 28 days. That means 27 days less of lifespan could happen to you energy-wise in a subtle way. We'll keep watching this as it goes by. என்ன சாப்பாடு நல்லாவே இருக்குது, சாப்பிட்டுடலாமா? இன்னும் நல்லாவே இருக்குது. So right now it's still okay. You watch this in the next 1.5 hours. You will see things will change about this food as we sit here, okay? We will leave it now, it'll mature So, the reason why so many things are taken care of on a full lunar eclipse day is because you're passing 28 days in 2 hours' time, approximately 2 hours' time. So today is a special day because of the alignment that happens. Certain things happen in the planet where anything which anything that moves away from its natural condition will naturally deteriorate very, very fast on this day. We have not really conducted an experiment like this, but I can say it with fair amount of confidence that suppose we measure how quickly a dead body deteriorates, on this day it will be much faster than other days. Somebody should experiment on this. If anybody is working in a pathology laboratory, you should try this out and see. But I can show this to you with reference to food, cooked food, because this is like a dead body. In the sense, it is moved away from its natural condition. How it was when it was in its natural condition, how it is now, it is moved away. We can still eat it, it still nourishes us, even though it's dead. It still nourishes us, but see how quiet it has become now? Not very enthusiastic. The first time we held it, it was clearly going this way. Right now it is simply… it is still not totally tamas, it is moving there, it's almost there. You will see in another 15-20 minutes, if you check it, it will be going anti-clockwise. By the time you see a tiny piece of moon, you will see actively it will be going this way. So if this was in your stomach right now, 7 o'clock, if you had your dinner and you were sitting here, this would be happening within you. So I thought it's better it happens outside than within you because food will rot in the stomach. If we go by the physical sciences, if we examine you by the limitations of physical sciences, on one level, you're just heart, liver, kidney, lungs and whatever. We know today they're all replaceable. Are you replaceable? Let's see what's happening to the sambar. It's important, isn't it? You see this? Are you able to see this? Actively going negative. See, we told you not to eat. Those people in Delhi who are eating today, what to do with them? This is going through a whole phase. What would happen in 28 days, in a subtle way, in an energy, on the level of energy, it is happening in these 2 hours' time. How many minutes totally? 130 minutes? What is it, the eclipse? Huh? 50 minutes. So 50 are full, totally about 2 hours, right? Almost close to 3 hours of time. In these 3 hours, what happens in 28 days is happening right here. It is happening to your body right now as you sit here. You should be able to notice it, but you're not able to notice it, so the sambar is telling you what your brain is not able to tell you. In 3 hours' time, or less than… this is only… we are watching it only for less than 40 minutes. In an hour's time, what is nourishing food is turning into poison. That's what is happening right here. If you eat this, what will happen? Will I die? Unfortunately, you don't. Why I'm saying unfortunately is, if you eat this, if you immediately fall dead, they would have passed a law. On an eclipse day, nobody should eat the cooked food. But because it's subtle, did you know Shankaran Pillai had children? He had children. It's a sweet secret. Okay. So one day, Sunday, Shankaran Pillai met his 3 sons and told them, "You good-for-nothings, do something good in your life. If you do good things will come back to you." Yeah. Accent अच्छा है? So, these kids were something. They said, "Father, what are good things? How to do good things?" Such a thought had never occurred to them. How can we do good thing? What is a good thing? They asked. He said, "At least help a old woman to cross a street. At least that much good you do." So they left. In the evening they came back. So Shankaran Pillai asked, "Did you do any good thing?" He asked the eldest son. He said, "Yes, father, as you said, I helped a old woman to cross the street." "That is wonderful, my boy." He asked the second son. He said, "I also helped a old woman to cross the street." He thought, both of them? Maybe they were 2 old women, all right. He asked the third son, he said, "I also helped an old woman to cross the street." He said, "All of you found 3 old women to help them across the street today?" They said, "Who is talking about 3? All of us together we helped 1. What, it takes 3 young boys to help 1 old woman to cross the street? No, even we 3 were not enough. You know our cousin Ramu, we also took his help." He asked, "What is that? To help a old woman, 3 of you and Ramu also?" He said, "Yes, you don't know how stubborn this old woman can be." She did not want to cross the street. We held her by the 4 limbs. So, a lot of good things are being done in the world. A flower is not thinking of giving fragrance to you. It has no such intention. A tree is not thinking of giving oxygen to you. No such intention in its mind. The earthworm is not thinking of making the earth fertile for your crops. No such intention in his head. He has no head. But whatever they do, they're doing good things. Yes or no? Whatever they do, whichever way they live. If they eat, they're doing good things, if they shit, they're doing good things. Isn't it so? Because they're just being themselves. They're living according to their nature. So they don't have to think of doing good things. Only because human beings are not living according to their human nature, they have to think up good things. And they think of these good things which are unbearable for lots of people. So, this is not about you doing good things. If your humanity flowers, what is needed will anyway happen. Like if a flower blossoms, you don't have to tell it, shoot the fragrance in the air. It will anyway happen. Nobody can stop it. Whether somebody is there to appreciate the flower or nobody is there, still the same fragrance will come. When you come more, when you do not come less, no such thing. All the time, on. So, a couple of weeks ago, we put you on bhakti sadhana, the way of devotion. Devotion means just that, that's how you are. You're not acting it up when you see one particular person. Sadhguru, like this, somebody else, This is an act, it's not going to work. Just becoming like that. Becoming like that, not by training, by digging little deeper. If you dig deep enough into this, that's how this is. If you live on the surface, you have to act like how somebody else says is a good way to be. There is no good way to be. There is a human way to be. If you overflow with your humanity, divinity has to descend, it has no choice. If your humanity is constipated and you're trying to be good and good, good is not going to work. Good is not good. You know, in the world, we are building medical infrastructure in such a way that today all of us are expecting someday we will all be seriously ill. It need not be so. If you live with Narmada ji, it need not be so. And not just her, there are many others. It need not be so if you know how to manage the elements, if not all of them. It's very easy to bring water and air into your control. These are two elements which are easily accessible. If you do this combination well and little conscious about what you consume, you will never go to the doctor. There was a time, for the whole town there used to be one doctor and it was enough. Today every street has 5 doctors and it's not enough. This shows how we're living. When we forget how to live, when we do not respect what makes our life, the